In First Chronicles 28 in the Old Testament, King David was speaking to Solomon, his son, about building the temple. God had put that project in David's heart to begin with, but it would be Solomon who would actually have the honor of building it. Hi, I'm John Kuert, the pastor at Alpha Assembly in Clarion, Pennsylvania. And thanks for joining me for another message from my heart to your heart. Each day I try to bring a short devotional. I call it Heart to Heart, and I hope it's a blessing to whoever listens. And if you're listening today, thank you. And I hope and pray that it will be a blessing. So in verse 9 and 10, it reads, David speaking now, "And you, my son Solomon, acknowledge God and serve him with your whole heart and with a willing mind, for the Lord searches every heart and understands every motive behind the thoughts. If you seek him, he will be found by you, but if you forsake him, he will reject you forever. Consider now, for the Lord has chosen you." This is David speaking to Solomon. "The Lord has chosen you to build a temple as a sanctuary. Be strong and do the work." Now, I'm sure it must have been difficult for David to relinquish his dream, but he knew that Solomon was God's choice to build the temple. But you know what? David didn't get all bent out of shape when God told him in verse 3 that you are not to build a house for my name, because you are a warrior and have shed blood. So David simply accepted God's rationale and immediately goes on record to express thanksgiving that God had chosen him for his unique role as a king and warrior. And he understood that God chooses some to be warriors and some to be builders. Now, we would all do well to understand that God has chosen each of us to do a unique and specific work for him. It may not be exactly what you had in mind, but if we will yield to the sovereign will of God with the same attitude as David and Solomon, more would be accomplished for the kingdom of God. You see, you're unique in your gifts and the roles that you can fill. Nobody else can do what God planned for you. And a lot of times, though we think we can't do what God has chosen us to do, but as I have always said, if God calls you, he will equip you. And David said to Solomon, "The Lord has chosen you to build a temple as a sanctuary. Be strong and do the work." And that's what I want to say to each of you today. Be strong and do the work that God has chosen you to do. And as you step out in faith, you'll find that his power and strength and wisdom is more than sufficient for doing what he wants you to do, whether it's big or small. So think about that and have a great day. And thanks for joining me again for another heart-to-heart talk. Again, I'm the pastor at Alpha Assembly, 499 Grand Avenue Extension in Clarion, Pennsylvania, just down from the Clarion University. We invite you to come and be a part of our great fellowship. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Well, God bless and have a great day. Bye-bye.